Okay, so how do we write JavaScript? So as we can see, the HTML code is here. Um, you can either write the HTML code, the JavaScript code in the head tag, so here, right in here, or the way I prefer it and the way I don't know professionals do it is that they write the JavaScript at the end of the code before you close the body tag. So you go script, and every time I open a tag, I like to close it straight away, even if I'm not done with the tag itself. So there you go. We open the script and we close the script. Everything in here is the JavaScript code. So in that Python program that I just showed you, all it does it prints out a message on the screen. So whenever you're learning any language, the first thing that you do is you learn how to print a hello world message. In JavaScript, this is done by writing console.log, and in the parentheses you put quotes and the message that you want to print out. So let's just say hello world. And then at the end of each line there has to be a semicolon. Save that. Let's run this, refresh this page again, and there you have it. Hello world. See, the reason why I told you keep this console here, open the console, is that if you really close this, nothing happened. Like you ran the code, the console.log hello world executed, but nothing is really shown. Nothing is displayed on the screen. So the whole process, the whole code that I'm going to write for the JavaScript is probably going to take like, I don't know, 50 lines or something. None of that is going to be displayed on the page except the answer here. So after the whole process is done, the answer is printed out. But all the arrays, the functions, the loops, none of that is going to be displayed except on the console. You can open the console from here if you want. JavaScript console. Hello world. Let's try to print out the a little calculation. So again, console.log, and then let's just print out 3 plus 5. Refresh that, and there you have it. 5 plus 3 equals 8. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is variables. So I'm only going to be discussing the basics that are related to the project that we have to do, the UCAS calculator thing. Obviously, all the very, very basic stuff we have to go over. So if we decline a variable, declare a variable, call it x, and then let's just write x equals 4 plus 6, and then x plus equals, I don't know, 5, and then console.log x. Again, console.log is just like print in Python. Right, let's just go over the code here. So we declare the variable, we name the x, and then we set x equal to the sum of those two numbers. And then this here, plus equals, meaning take the x, whatever's in there, add to it 5. So 4 plus 6 is 10, add to that 10, 5, and then display the answer. Let's save that. refresh the page, and there you go, 15 is there. Right. The next thing I want to talk about is what is known in Python as lists. I think you've all done lists last year. Um, in JavaScript, it's called an array, but it doesn't really matter what you call it. Again, you declare the variable, you name it whatever you want. Let's just call it grades, since we'll be dealing with grades in the UCAS calculator. And the way you assign it, the variables, the different elements, you just go grades equals, and in those square brackets, you put the whatever elements you want. You can put strings, you can put integers. Let's just put integers. I don't know, 6, 2, and 5. That'll do. Semicolon. Let's not forget the semicolon here. And then let's just output that. Again, console.log. And then inside the parentheses, we write down grades, the name of that array. Save that. Refresh the page. And there you go, 6, 2, 5. That's the array of the grades. The next thing is something that has to do with the arrays. So that will go directly underneath that. Do you remember when we were doing the append method to the lists in Python? Well, in JavaScript, the append is called push. So they both do the same thing, really. They add an extra element to an existing list or an array. So the way we do that is we put the name of the list, so the array. So it's called grades in our case. Dot push. So that's the object dot method, and then we put down the elements that we want to add to this list. Let's just add 4, number 4, and then let's just output that list again. So I'm just going to be lazy. I'm going to copy and paste that. Let's save that. Refresh the page. And there you have it. 6, 2, 5, and the new element is 4.